Every ADHD meditation video on YouTube is lying to you. They say, just try walking meditation, or count your breaths, make it a game, or my personal favorite, just do 2 minutes a day. And look, those techniques aren't wrong. I'll actually teach you versions of them later, but they skip the part that actually matters, the part that explains why your brain fights meditation in the first place. I'm Ben, I have ADHD, I teach meditation, and I'm gonna tell you something no one else will. You've tried this, right? Someone says, sit still, focus on your breath. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back. 10 seconds in, you're thinking about dinner plans or that email or that thing you have to do or are passionate about. What? And then you drag yourself back to the breath. 3 seconds, and then you're gone again. And now you feel something worse than distracted. You feel broken because apparently everyone else can do this. Sit still, breathe, be calm, but you can't even do the thing that's supposed to help you calm down. I know this feeling. I lived it for years, and here's what nobody told me, what I had to figure out the hard way. You're not failing at meditation. Meditation is failing you, and it's failing you for a specific reason that changes everything once you understand it. Here's the lie. The meditation industry treats ADHD like a volume knob, like your brain is just turned up too loud and all you got to do is meditation, which will turn it down. Your thoughts are too fast? Just slow them down. Too much stimulation? Just reduce it. Can't sit still? Force yourself. That's the approach, and it's completely backwards. Yes, the ADHD brain runs on lower baseline dopamine. Yes, it's novelty seeking and stimulus hungry. That's real neuroscience, but that's just the surface. That's the symptom. Underneath, something much more interesting is happening, and this is what nobody talks about. Your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's protecting you. Let me say that again. Your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's protecting you. At some point, maybe when you were young, maybe so early that you don't consciously remember, being fully present felt like too much, too overwhelming, too intense, maybe unsafe. So your brilliant adaptive brain developed a strategy. It learned to never fully land in the present moment. Constant motion, constant novelty, thought to thought, never quite arriving here. That's not a disorder, that's an adaptation. Your brain found a way to keep you safe from an intensity it wasn't ready for. So before we try to change anything, thank your brain. Seriously, thank it for its protective services. It's been working overtime to keep you safe. That wandering mind, it thinks being still is dangerous, and for a long time, maybe it was right, but respecting it is the first step. Before any technique, before any breathing exercise, you honor the guard at the door that's protecting you. And traditional meditation, the sit still and feel everything kind, that's sort of asking you to walk straight into the thing that your brain has spent years protecting you from, unarmored, unguided. Just feel it all. No wonder it feels like torture. No wonder you can't do it. Your brain isn't broken, it's guarded, and there's a massive difference. But here's what your brain hasn't learned yet. You're not that overwhelmed kid anymore. And presence, actual embodied presence, isn't dangerous. In fact, it's something your nervous system has been desperately craving underneath all that seeking and avoiding. Pleasure. When you're actually here in your body, in this moment, there's this quality of aliveness. Not fireworks, not bliss, just the simple physical experience of being in a body. The weight of you sitting here, the feeling of breathing, warmth, sensation. It's subtle and it's real, and your nervous system needs it like water. I remember it took me a long time to kind of realize that I even felt unsafe being here. Many meditation retreats, probably about 6 or 7 years into meditating. I've been meditating for 20 years now, but it took me a third of that time just to realize that I felt unsafe just being present, and that was very profound. And the more I recognized that, the more I realized, oh, okay, I just need to notice when I feel safe. And that's kind of the cure to this leaving. Naturally. Just that noticing, oh, being here feels okay. That was the first crack in the armor. The first moment my brain realized maybe presence isn't the enemy. And now a little meditation every day, that's my medication. No knock to anyone who takes meds, by the way, seriously. But this is the only thing I've found that works naturally, and it works the best for me. And this is critical. I didn't get there by forcing myself to sit and breathe. I got there by making presence feel safe first. So here's how this actually works. We don't force presence. We don't fight your brain's protection. We don't white knuckle through 20 minutes of breath watching. Instead, we do something radical. So step one isn't a technique. Step one is what we just did, respecting the guard, recognizing that your wandering mind isn't the enemy. It's been doing its job the whole time, and it needs to know you appreciate it before it'll stand down. And we never give it any kind of appreciation our entire lives, if you notice that. We're always fighting it. And so that little bit of appreciation will go a long way towards like giving water to a very dry desert, which is the mind's desperation. The second step, we find moments when presence already feels safe. Maybe after you move your body, you just got done with exercise, or maybe while you're walking, maybe right after you laugh, maybe in the shower. You already have moments where your nervous system relaxes, where being here doesn't feel threatening, where you're present without trying. Those moments are gold, because when you notice them, consciously notice them, your brain starts learning, oh, this is safe. I can be here. That's the real meditation for ADHD. Not necessarily sitting still, not clearing your mind, teaching your brain that being here won't hurt you. Now, let me give you 3 specific ways to do this. The first one, just take a walk, the pleasure walk. Your body wants to move. That's not a problem. That's your way in. Find a space inside and walk in circles, or outside is great. Walk at whatever pace feels natural, not slow motion, mindfulness, torture, just walk. And here's the key. Don't just notice sensations. Hunt for what feels good. You know, the stretch in your legs, the rhythm of your stride, air on your skin, the simple pleasure of a body in motion. You know, work with this active mind to notice and enjoy. That energy can go into a different dimension. And then when your mind wanders, come back to where it feels good, what feels good about walking. That's it. That's the whole practice. Just showing your brain presence isn't just safe, it's actually enjoyable, is huge for rewiring it. So just 2 minutes, start there. The second technique is the counting game. This one gives your ADHD brain what it loves, a task, a score, immediate feedback. So you just breathe naturally. Don't control it. Don't do some special breath. But on each exhale, you can count if you want to 10, and then, breathe in for 3, hold for 3, and breathe out for 10. When you hit 10, you start over, and if you lose count, then start at 1 and see how many full rounds you can get. Here's what makes this different from every other breathing video. While you're counting, notice what the breathing actually feels like, that it actually feels kind of nice. Your body likes this. There's like a subtle pleasure in the exhale. So you're not fighting your attention, you're giving it something to do while you discover that being present feels okay. And 2 minutes, that's all you need. Again, the third technique I'm going to call the 2-minute promise. Forget 20 minutes of meditating, forget 10. Don't even call it meditating. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Sit, stand, lie down, whatever. Notice your breath or body. When the timer goes off, you stop every day. And here's why this matters. You're not building a meditation habit, you're actually building a safety record. So every time you're present for 2 minutes and nothing bad happens, your brain actually files that away. It's actually building new neural pathways towards the higher functioning parts of your brain that are responsible for deep learning and creativity. So your brain notices, okay, we survived. Presence wasn't dangerous. And that safety accumulates. 2 minutes becomes 3, 3 becomes 5, not because you forced it, but because the brain stopped fighting it. What starts to happen is after you get up from the 2 minutes, you get into that higher flow state, and it happens automatically for the next few minutes, and then longer and longer. And it's not because you forced it, but because your brain stopped fighting it. Consistency over intensity, safety over achievement. I'll give you a bonus technique real quickly. Number 4, the body treasure hunt. This one feeds your brain's need for novelty while also training it to find true pleasure. When you are present, you may notice that there's uncomfortable sensations in the body, things that don't feel quite right, upset stomach even, or, just simple things. And that can be part of the reason we want to escape the now or add to the feeling of discomfort, and that there actually is bodily discomfort. And the thing about presence that no one really talks about is that actually somatically it's a very pleasurable experience. There's kind of if you get quiet with it, you'll notice that you can actually kind of move the warm energy to places of your body that feel uncomfortable. It's a very healing awareness. So it's just something to notice when you do start to find the presence. That presence isn't just this like perfection or state, or it doesn't even sound that good. What's nice about presence is it actually has this visceral like pleasure to it. It got lost somewhere in translation in the Indian teachings about meditation or whatever, but presence should be called pleasure. So you're teaching your brain to look for what feels good about being here. Instead of scanning for threats, which is what ADHD brains usually do, you're scanning for safety and pleasure. This rewires the entire relationship with presence without being a threat to the bodyguards. Let me be straight to you about what to expect. Your mind will still wander a lot. That's not failure. That's just protection doing its job. So respect it. Success is not an empty mind. Success is 3 seconds where you think, this feels okay. Success is noticing you were gone and coming back without beating yourself up. Success is catching yourself mid-spiral and feeling your feet on the floor. These sound small, but they're not. They're enormous, because every one of these moments teaches your nervous system something it's believed for years might not be true, that presence is dangerous. Now, some days will be easy, and some days your brain will fight hard. The armor doesn't come off overnight, but over weeks, real, gradual, dramatic weeks, you'll start to notice shifts. A pause before reacting, a spiral you catch earlier, a moment where you just feel okay with being here. So here's what I want you to actually do. Pick one technique, the one that sounds the least terrible. Try it for 3 days, 2 minutes a day. But here's the real assignment, and this matters more than the technique. Notice one moment today when presence already feels okay. It doesn't have to be during meditation, walking to car, drinking your coffee, petting your dog, any moment where you catch yourself thinking, right now is fine. That moment is the seed of everything. That's your brain learning it's safe. So drop a comment, tell me which technique you picked and what you noticed, because the more we talk about ADHD not as a broken brain, but as a protected one, the more people realize they were never the problem. You're not bad at meditation. Meditation was bad at understanding you, and now you have something better. And if you want to go even deeper, I got another video that shows you how to really drop into presence pretty quickly, and some techniques that kind of get you the direct experience of it right away. Thanks for being here.